Hi, my name's Robby Sims. I'm from D&L Farm and Home in Celina, Texas, and it's time to gather eggs at D&L today. These particular chickens here that we just gathered eggs from, they're the blue Morans. They lay a very, very chocolate brown egg, as you can see there. They're a very dark chocolate egg. They've become very popular with the egg raisers that like colored eggs and things like that. Each breed has its own egg color, so you can kind of specifically tell by the color of the egg, but it doesn't make a difference in the hatching or anything like that. So with that said, we can move on to another batch and gather some more eggs and see the different colorations of the eggs. Now then, this particular breed are the speckled Sussex, and as you can see in the difference in the coloration of the eggs, they're a lot lighter colored. They're still considered a brown egg, where these are more considered chocolate egg. All the brown eggs are very, very popular for the farm type eggs. People just love them. The breed these chickens are called speckled Sussex. They're very popular for their coloring and patterns and things, and they're just a real popular chicken for backyard raisers and things like that. So we'll move on to the next batch of chickens and gather a few more eggs. Okay, we've gathered the last batch of eggs. They're known as Americanas. A lot of people like to call them the Easter egg chicken layers because of the green colored eggs. Just a very pretty egg, very popular. They come in kind of a olive green to blue to a lighter, darker type green, so you never really know what color you're going to get, but they're a really fun egg and a really fun chicken. Like I say, their original name is Americana, but a lot of people like to call them the Easter egg layers. And the question I get a lot, sometimes people ask me, well, I'm getting 2 eggs a day from one hen, which is not possible because they can only produce 1 egg in every 23 hours. So they're only going to get 1 egg per day per hen. Most of your chickens will lay every day depending on the weather and the time of the year, but you'll get one egg a day. If you have 4 to 6 chickens, you can expect 4 to 5 eggs every day because you're going to have a chicken or 2 that's going to skip a day or something like that. But other than that, it's just the way it is. Of course, this is one of our speckled Sussex hens. She's probably about 3 years old. From the time we gather the egg and take it into the incubator and put it in the incubator for the 21 days, from the day they hatch, it'll take that chick about 6 months to get this size and mature where it's ready to lay eggs. Because in about 6 months, they're fully grown and fully matured for laying eggs and stuff like this. And of course, this is their beak, which everybody pretty much knows, and their comb, and then they have their wattles. And they have a very, very pretty colored pattern on their wing feathers. And I'm not real sure, but I'm thinking this is Henrietta, the hen. This here is a hen that's going broody, meaning she's preparing to set her own eggs, which we don't let them do here because we incubate our own eggs. But the chickens, some breeds will go broody and try to brood their own eggs. And this is what she's doing on the nest. She's wanting to brood eggs, but we take them away from them every day because we set them in the incubator and hatch our own eggs. So we don't need the hens to go broody for us. So we just gather the eggs every day and take them inside. And now we'll go in and I'll show you the incubators and how we do all those things. And here we are at DNL with our incubators where we set our eggs. These are eggs that we've gathered, through the last 2 or 3 days to set the incubator. And what we do is I mark on the egg carton the day they're supposed to hatch, so that way I'll know 3 days prior to that. I'll take them out of the incubator and put them down in the bottom so they're not turning with the other eggs. Makes it easier for them to hatch and you don't have any problems at all. So now I'm going to open up the incubator and put the eggs in. Okay, I have the incubator opened up. I need to tilt my trays so I can get it back level so I can put the eggs in. Now then, I'm going to put the eggs in. And like I say, these are eggs that we've gathered. I have here marked the date that they'll hatch. Now we'll put these in the incubator, like so. And down here in the bottom is the tray that we put the eggs in right before they hatch. They'll go down in there about 3 days before they hatch. And that way they'll come out of the egg and the chick will have a place to actually walk around and kind of get a feel for things. And I usually leave them in here for about 24 hours or something right after they hatch, about a day, a little over a day. So make sure they're real dry. You don't want to put them out in a draft or something like that if they're still damp. Now I'm going to reach back here and turn my turner back on. I usually set eggs 2 to 3 times a week. After we set them in the incubator, it takes 21 days for them to hatch. At about day 18, we stop the turner, put the eggs down the bottom so they're not turning, so it doesn't affect anything. The main thing we have to keep in mind is the moisture, keeping plenty of water in the incubator. The temperature definitely needs to be at 99.5 to 100 degrees. That's just where it needs to be. It can't fluctuate hardly at all because it will ruin the eggs. These eggs are farm fresh that we get here. One thing to keep in mind, when the chicken hatches at that 21 days, first thing they do is digest the yolk that's in the egg. And what it does is it allows them to go for 24 hours without food or water because they've digested that yolk. And that's why, like, some people buy chicks in the mail and they're able to ship them overnight because they don't need anything for about the first 24 hours. So after that, then we pull the chicks out. We leave them in about a day so they're dried real good and not damp, and put them out in the cold or something like that. And we directly take them over here to the, one of the chick pens right here where we put the chickens in and stuff, where they have the heat lamp and the water and stuff, and they're usually good to go after that. And here's the place where we put the chickens at, the baby chicks, after they hatch. We put them over here in this brooder. Make sure they have fresh, clean water and feed at all times. You need to check it 2 or 3 times a day because it's very, very vital to chicks to have fresh, clean water and food at all times. And of course the heat lamp there that keeps them warm. You can watch them. They'll tell you if they're hot or cold by the way they move to the heat of the lamp. We have farmers and stuff that come in and buy the chicks and stuff to raise them up to produce eggs just like we do, and then to raise baby chicks, and it all starts over again on the farm just like we've done it here. And that's the life cycle of the baby chick.